So this is basically it. This is the last ride in my old Omni Charger. Nobody wants it anymore. Unfortunately, I couldn't even sell it, $500 whole. Frame rust, and well, nobody really wants it. There's nothing too special about it. Carbureted automatic. I don't want to take it apart, but that's what's going to end up. Nobody wants it. The ride's so nice, it's really too bad. One of my buddies on YouTube here, can't remember exact, I think it was 1970 Dodge, wanted the radio out of it. Sorry for the delay. I haven't pulled it out yet and checked the weight on it. I'm kind of busy lately with my little sister's wedding. But that's it right there. Like I said, the button was supposed to be green, but I had stolen the green gel caps off it a while ago for a different radio. But it works fine. I don't know how the sound quality is, but yeah, it works. The best you can say, right? Yeah. Well, yep, this is the last ride. About to part it out. I'm going to pull the motor out of this and put it in my buddy's Sundance Duster. Hey, man! You update, man. Well, it's a good motor at least. Oil pressure is fantastic. The mileage, which is, no matter what we do here, is blurry. That says 67,585, which should be the original. I mean, it was driven by an old man before I got it, and I mean, I pulled the original timing belt off, and I pulled the original carb off. I never even done the water pump on this thing. Not that there's any light, but
not much light.
No, there's not, but that's okay. Yeah, it's really not any light.
No.
Oh well, dark photo, But yeah, we're gonna put it in this red 94 Sundance Duster. The motor in this one is starting to get a knock on it. It's not the first motor we've put in this thing, but it's been an ongoing project. It was an automatic. It's the only 94 Sundance on the road with the old German gearbox with reverse to the left and mismatched wheels. Got what, Pacificas, and you can't see them but snowflakes. But yeah, it'll be a good motor for that. We're not going to leave it carbureted, obviously. We'll change out the camshaft and throttle body out of this engine onto this one, so when it's in there it's properly fuel ejected. For those who don't know what it takes to do such a conversion, if you leave the carbureted camshaft in the engine, the gas mileage is terrible. It can be hard to start. I know Evie's, you had to kind of give it a little gas when you started it, and it would idle on its own after it would start, but yeah, his gas mileage was like viciously bad. I mean, like 10 miles to the gallon, which is just stupid bad on a 4-cylinder, But yep, besides swapping out the intake, which is a direct bolt up, the exhaust manifold's going to be fine. And we just got to change a camshaft. Yeah, and we put this motor in at the beginning of the summer. We got it from a junkyard, so there really wasn't any knowledge as to what condition it was in. It had good compression, but we're thinking that because it was leaking oil on us, and it took us a bit to figure out where the leak was, that it basically might have ran low for a bit without us realizing and developing a very slight knock. So the motor's probably still savable. But with the winter this close, and considering we've got a knowingly good motor in this, we'll just swap the motor out and call it a day for now, and maybe just rebuild this one later. We don't even know if that's a 2.5 or a 2.2, do we?
No, 2.2.
I think it's a 2.2.
It's a 2.2.
How do we know, though?
2.2. That's funny.
How do 2.2? Yes. How do we know if it's a 2.2 though?
I don't know. Besides the fact of what the ad actually says.
Oh, but the ad is from a bunch of retards at a big junkyard.
Yeah, sure, it's a good job.
I guess really the question has become whether or not there's a balancer underneath. If it's got a balancer, it's a 2.5.
No, it doesn't get around.
Have you had the oil pan off?
Yeah.
Did you have the oil pan off on it?
I could have sworn I did. Yeah, I did, because I at least took the oil pan off and redid the sealed.
Okay. So it is a 2.2 then, alright. Well, we could probably rebuild it. But yep, for now, that's the end of this one. Well, I guess I'll just have to post photos on my car domain as we do it. Take pictures, and then I'll take a bunch of parts off of this thing, which I'll still sell if people want, you know, but I'm going to save what? I'm going to save the hatch, I'm going to save the doors, save the hood. I might as well save the front fenders and front clip. You know, it's the quad headlight setup, which is different from mine, but you never know what I'm going to stumble into down the road, or maybe a rampage with the quad headlights. Because I do kind of like the quad headlights. I mean, they look different. Yeah, I like my old Charger better, but I still like the quad headlights. Yeah, that's the end of it. So, unfortunately, the only people who are interested on this in this car actually were on YouTube, but too far away because they all live in Canada, and even though I'm close to Canada, I'm still in Minnesota, and well, Canada is a big country, so it's a lot of space to drive. So, well, I guess. Unless if there's people who actually really want parts from this who are willing to make the drive. I mean, the guy who originally was interested in the seats never got back to me. So I've got a complete burgundy interior that is in absolutely beautiful shape. I've got other videos of this car in the daylight which show just how good the interior is. It hasn't changed since earlier this summer when I brought it home from up north. You know, other than the fact that, you know, there's a couple little, like, it looks like a little burn mark there in the seat or something, and a tiny little, I can't see it, but there's a rip in basically in the, because there's two different red seats for these. There's the ones that have the lines in it like this, and then there's the ones that are the smooth fabric. And because this one has the lines in it, there's a couple of weak spots over there where they had kind of made a small tear. And you don't even hardly notice it unless if you look right over at it, you can see it. But otherwise, you know, I mean, depending upon what people need, I've got stuff that can even be sent out. You know, I'm going to pull the dash out of this and save everything. You know, I've got a good working gauge cluster. Everything works on it. I converted to red bulbs, which looks nice. So there's still parts available. Anybody can always contact me. I know a lot about these cars, so I know a lot about what to do with them. Well, that's it for my update for now, and I'll make a update on my Shelby later on, because I just got the interior back together and that, and some new little gauge deals and that, and some goofy shit there. But I'll explain that all later.